Page 120. This is a review for Chapter 7. Just so hopefully you know this stuff and sort of understand it. The answers are in the back of the book. If you have any questions, you're welcome to ask me too. But I'm going to briefly go over all of this. At the top of page 120, they want you to circle the root note in the chord. All of these are second inversion chords. Take the first one. It's an A, a D, and here. See, if you put the A on top, you get the D chord in root position. And what they've done is they've taken the top note and they put it on the bottom. That's second inversion. These are all second inversions. They want you to circle the root note, and the root note in second inversion is the middle note. So just circle the middle note till you got it. Okay. So much for that. The second line is the same thing in bass clef. Just circle the middle note and you've got, that's the root, whatever it is. For letter D, they want you to complete the sentences. They did the first one for you. The first line is the Italian word, and the second line is for the English word. So fortissimo means very loud. F is forte for loud. MP is mezzo piano for medium soft, moderately soft, sort of soft, however you want to say it, I don't care. P is piano or soft, and PP means pianissimo or very soft. Exactly what those are, who knows? They don't have an absolute value. It depends on the situation as to what they are. Letter E, define the following tempo markings. There's 4 of them. Allegro, which means fast or happy, whichever you want. Number 2, we're going to call it number 2, andante. To me, it means a walking speed. You can, I don't know how the book describes it, I don't care. It's a nice leisure pace. Number 3, allegretto is sort of a medium fast or moderately fast, sort of fast, in between moderato and allegro. And then number 4 is moderato, which is a moderate speed. Moderato to me is like you're going for a walk and you know where you're going. Andante is you're going for a walk, but you're not going anywhere. You're just strolling along, taking your time. Now, those are my definitions. You use whatever your teacher's telling you to use is fine. Letter F, they want you to write the time signature for each of these lines, so you have to figure it out. I usually look for the easiest measure. If I can figure that out, I've got it. So in the first line, if you look at the last measure, that's a whole note. So chances are that's going to be 4/4 time. Now you can look at other measures to see, does it really have the same as 4 quarter notes in it? And if it does, it's 4/4. Or common time, you could do that too. Number 2, look for the easiest. Well, the last measure has a dotted half note, so that's 3 counts. If a quarter note gets a count, and you look around, does it make sense? Does a quarter note get a count? And there's 3 of them, it checks out. It's 3/4 time. And the last one, the last measure has a half note in it, so 2 counts, which tells me it's probably 2/4 time. If you look at the second measure, that's got 2 quarter notes in it, so it checks out. It's 2/4. I find that easier than trying to go through every measure and figure out, now how many beats are in this measure? Letter G, draw accidentals to form the scales and chords. So, in D major, the question is, how many sharps or flats does the key of D major have? If you've been doing the scale, you would know it has 2 sharps, an F sharp and a C sharp. So for the scale, you simply put a sharp sign in front of the F and a sharp sign in front of the C, and you've got it. For the chords, it's the same thing. A sharp sign in front of the F and a sharp sign in front of the C. G major, again, do the scale, you would know G major has 1 sharp, an F sharp. So you find the Fs and you put sharp signs in front of all the Fs. Third one is A major. A major has 3 sharps, F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. So you find those 3 notes throughout the line and you put sharp signs in front of them. The last one is F major. F major has 1 flat, a B flat. So you put a flat sign in front of all the B's. Letter H, write the E major scale ascending and descending, that means going up and down, and circle the half steps. So you can do, you just write in whole notes, that's fine. Going up and back down in treble and bass clef both. Just keep in mind that E major has 4 sharps. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and D sharp. So when you write in those notes for those notes, you got to put a sharp sign in front of them. And then the primary chords, the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord, you use root position. So the 1 chord for each of these is going to be about here. You can come down here if you want. It's fine, it works out. For the bass clef on the chords, the 1 chord is down here. And then the 4 chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, here. And then the 5 chord's 1 more. Just remember it's got sharp signs, so here. And then up here, they're doing this. You come up here. You've done all right. You can do that, I'm sure. Letter J, write the chord symbols in the boxes. Well, you play the chord. It's here. You notice the 4 sharps were in the key of E major. Okay. Here, that is an E chord. They want the chord name, not the number. We're not looking for 1 chord here. It's the chord name. It's an E chord. And the second one is here. The 5/7 chord is, which one is it? We'll figure it out. 5/7 chord would be a B, so that would be a B7 chord here. And we rearrange it and don't use it. And then the third measure over, you have here the 4 chord, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, an A chord, A major. So those are the primary chords for E major. And then the last one is harmonize these on this melody. It's got 4 sharps, it's an E major. So we simply try out the primary chords on each measure. So it's here. So which chord is that? A 1? If I do a 4 chord, that didn't sound right. How about a 5/7? No, so it must be the 1 chord, so it's an E chord at the beginning. And then the second one, well, that doesn't fit. That's okay, you can do a 4 chord there. The 5/7 doesn't fit either, so I guess the second measure is a 4 chord, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 is an A. So it's an A chord. So we got the first 2, and then this one, well, 1 chord is, that doesn't sound, this one? No, how about this one? That sounds better. So we're looking at a 5/7 chord for that third measure, and the 5/7 chord in E major is a B7 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a B. So we got 1 chord, 4 chord, 5/7 chord, or B7 chord, and then a 1 chord to finish it off. So that would be harmonize. That you just experiment and try them out. Does it sound right? Let me know if you have any questions. If there's things in here you really didn't get, or you're not, I'm just struggling with this, again, since it's the end of a chapter, it's a good time to go back and go through everything again, if you think you need to. Don't be in a hurry to go on. Take your time with this. You can listen to all the lessons. You can play all the pieces again. You'll find you'll play them better. And just take your time with it.